spring, I was hoping to find an active fox burrow. I spent quite some time searching the underwood, and I waited in front of a lot of promising looking holes. But no matter how many times I went out and at how many holes I looked, unfortunately, no foxes. So it was soon the middle of May and I was a bit lost without a real project. Since watching and filming wild animals is what makes me happiest, I always struggle in times when things don't really work out. But luckily, you never know what nature has in store for you next. One thing that I like almost as much as foxes are foggy mornings. So, when my weather app told me there was fog expected tomorrow, I set my alarm and went. To tell the truth, waking up at 3 in the morning is not my favorite part about all this, because sleeping is always so cozy. However, I almost never regret it once I'm outside. The dawn bird concert is so lovely to listen to. And hooray, there was also a lovely layer of mist above the meadows. I found a spot with a great view and set up my camera a bit in a hurry. This must be one of the nicest sunrises I've ever witnessed. However, aside from a crow, I couldn't see a single animal. Fox tried to help me with the search, and just when I was about to give up and pack my stuff, we noticed something. A little bump on a log, and that bump was moving. A male pheasant. Every now and again he would make a territorial call. And while he went back and forth on his little log, I had the chance to move a bit closer. I watched him for about 2 hours and then went home with a new idea in my now very happy head. As pheasants like to return to their favorite singing spots, I figured it would be possible to set up a camouflage tent near the log to get close-ups of the pheasant without disturbing the bird. So a few days later, I was back again, prepared to make myself invisible. So everything is set up and now the pheasant just has to appear. Two geese just flew by. And now comes the part that I looked forward to for quite a while. It's time for breakfast. I got up at 3:40 a.m. this morning and I didn't have anything for breakfast yet. But now some breakfast and let's start waiting. Croissant. Cheers. Sitting in a height and waiting for an animal to appear as the sun is rising is one of my favorite feelings. The sun got higher and higher, but unfortunately no sign of my pheasant friend. A green woodpecker landed on the log, and a sparrowhawk perched in the oak next to me. But other than that, I just got to see a beautiful sunrise, which is nice, but not as nice as my pheasant. So the thing is that yesterday evening they cut this meadow down, and I think that the pheasant understandably has to first get used to this change of landscape. But I hope that in the next weeks, if he gets used to it, that he will return to this spot and maybe I have a chance to film him then. Or I just find another spot where he calls from. Let's see. I was a bit disappointed, but still confident that I might be able to find the new spot the pheasant was calling from. The next time I headed out without my handcart being filled to the very top so that I could cover more distance while searching. This, however, turned out to be rather unnecessary, because when I arrived, I immediately saw the familiar bump on the meadow next to the log. For the first 30 minutes, he was just doing his cool territorial calls. Then he started feeding, covering quite some distance, searching for the tastiest tidbits. He had a quick look at my handcart. Maybe he's also a filmmaker looking for transport solutions. Afterwards, he moved out of my sight onto a different meadow. When I caught up to him, there was a lovely surprise waiting for me and especially my pheasant friend. A female pheasant. Obviously bedazzled by his loud and, I must admit, impressive calls. This was such a lovely and intimate moment to witness. To me, all of this was a reminder that it's always worth it to go outside, even when you don't have a plan or idea what you will be able to see. Why? because you never know what nature has in store for you next.